Mr. Sue and also Miss Menino, thank you for your comments today. Both of you used the word several times, retaliation. Are you both lawyers?
Yes.
What is the federal law related to retaliation, at least in your opinion, that this whole agency, all the management and others should have been advised of? Because I've heard you twice say there's a concern about retaliation.
An example would be the anti-discrimination laws, which in addition to making discrimination based on protected classes unlawful, would also cover any retaliation against individuals who make complaints about discrimination.
Would that be the same as a whistleblower, or is a whistleblower a different type of status? In other words, if a person's allowed to give feedback, their name, the information, specific information, you know who they are, is that treated differently under the law than whistleblower? I think the answer is yes.
Could you just rephrase your question?
Yes, ma'am.
Make sure I understand
Yes,
it.
ma'am. And thank you. There is feedback that was provided within the agency. I don't know what that venue was, but we've heard about some 500. There were some 300 perhaps where they provided their name and direct information to where you get back to them. You've already said, yes, there would be federal law related to the protection of those people, at least as it relates to someone retaliating against them.
Correct.
Is that the same or different law that generally would apply to whistleblowers? And did you have whistleblowers?
There are also specific whistleblower laws that protect individuals who report violations of law. So that's another example.
Okay, so now I've heard both of you mention retaliation, probably as at least in your mind, as a source of probably what is still there. What has taken place in relationship, and who would be responsible for that observation and fixing where it dealt with retaliation in this FDIC agency?
To elaborate on the concern about retaliation, one concern that we heard was, in addition to confusion about whether any conduct violated FDIC policies and who to report to, there was also a concern about whether FDIC employees could trust the reporting channels.
Yes, ma'am. I want to go to who is responsible for directly taking that issue on, with the knowledge that we've heard the current leadership is incapable of effectively managing the organization. Who is taking that issue on within the agency, notwithstanding what they should not be waiting for a new person to be approved by the United States Senate? Who is taking this issue of retaliation on right now and has been in the past year? Who? Name that title.
So, Congressman, I believe the full board needs to be engaged and
Well, the full board's great. Okay, now the board. All right, who? You represent the board.
I'm on the board. Yes.
What are you doing to make sure that retaliation is not alive and well and will not be tolerated? What are you doing then, sir?
So the fear of retaliation requires both cultural and structural transformation. There is currently a process that is broken, where employees
When will
of the
that be fixed, sir, since you're the responsible party?
the board is currently taking action to create a new structure.
When will that be fixed? And does that require a new head of agency to approve that?
It is being fixed as we speak. The board
It's
is
being
currently
fixed.
It is being fixed currently.
Would
yes.
you please provide this committee, both Republicans and Democrats, an answer that when that has been fixed?
Yes.
Notwithstanding who the director is, it is the board. I sure appreciate your help and thank both of you very much. I just think that some of the things, going back to conversation about what needs to be fixed today, within a division of labor, there are certain things the new chairman would need to be responsible for, and there are also things that are current issues. And I appreciate your help and thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I yield back my time.
Gentleman's time.